but we could be certainly in that neighborhood. Okay. I mean, look at them spike. Unbelievable. But we could be, and that is something that, we just have to be, aware of. Okay. As we continue, our trade. Okay. And what we do. Okay. So that, we're prepared for that. The Canadian getting closer. Okay. Getting closer to being something. Okay. Now, again, it's not real heavy volume. So we have to be, you want it. We're still in the, let's be more careful neighborhood. Okay. Again, we don't want to be, we're not ready to be overly aggressive yet. Okay. But, there will be a time when we will. And I'll tell you when I think that time is. But, again, hopefully we'll get enough volume. I don't think you are. Okay. But, you've got crude, right on price movement. Forget about volume right now. You got the Dow, Russell, crude, maybe the Canadian. Okay. Maybe even the S&P. So, again, we've got that viewpoint, to look at, but are we there yet? And the question is, again, we don't want, in this type of action, we don't want to be aggressive. What's the Fed's emergency plan? Screwed up more than they already did. Okay, so you look now. We haven't watched Canadian recently. Now that would be on our basic idea. That would be one that would be potential, right? Now, again, we have to watch it a little bit longer to see what the actual volumes usually are. Okay, we have to get a little bit better idea of what the right numbers are. Now it is a little bit slower than the whatchamacallit, than the euro currency. But it is interesting overall to watch, and again, you start to get accustomed to what exactly you're looking for. I mean, crude was close, okay, very close, but you'd still like to surpass, 4,000, okay, on a blow off. Okay, but it's amazing that you're seeing, some very huge movement back and forth, and you're seeing indexes that should be going in the same direction going in the completely opposite. YM was close, but it's not for me. I want it needs to be a panic-based type of situation, not a, it's not just price. Remember, it's not just price only, it's price and volume. Okay. We cannot only look at part of it. It's a two-part trade. Okay. That again, if you go back to the simplicity of it all is you're trading against the emotions of others. So if you only have one side of the trade, it is not technically a blow off. You have to have volume and price. It is basically, if the shorts are covering, they'll pay any price to get out. And if FOMO is the shorts if the longs are selling, they'll sell at any price to get out. And that's the emotion that you are trying to take advantage of. Okay. And that was not really that did not really apply to what we would want. Okay. Again, remember, we have to be patient enough to wait for both sides of the trade to become applicable. Okay. One side does not do us any good. It doesn't mean you can't be right. It doesn't mean that you won't make money, but it does mean that you are just simply taking a chance based on an opinion. Okay. Gold could be. Now I don't trade gold, but gold is certainly a blow off right here. 100%. Okay. Gold is certainly going to be a blow off here. Now I'll call the trade. I don't make the trade because it's, like, as I've told you before, it's too hard for me to go to a different platform and get it done when I can't trade it. But we'll certainly track it for those who do. And that looks like it may be the only one anyways that will be that tradable like that regardless. But we still have about 30 seconds before we were even going to switch over. And so as we watch, can the Russell get some late volume? Okay, that would be something we'd be looking at. The euro would be working if we took it, but again, I'm not saying we should have taken it. Remember, I don't look back. Okay, we made a decision, that was it, and we don't have to go. We don't have to go any further than that. Okay, one thing I always try to teach you is you make your decision and you live with it. Okay, no matter what. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just make sure, see what I got. So the Russell is too close. Nothing else qualifies, but gold does. Okay, Canadian doesn't, because it's really just a bar that was higher. That's just slightly lower, but we do have the potential in gold. Okay, so gold would be the stop in gold would be 1761.30, 1761.30 if we get an entry. Right now we have no entry. Okay, right now we're just sitting here waiting. Okay, we're still waiting, right? So it's going to be very close to whether it's going to be something or not. Okay, and again, as I urge you to be patient and wait for it to clear and give you the signal. Okay, so gold would be an entry. I don't have this exact because I didn't do it, but I would say that you should be somewhere around 1750, 1757.10. Okay, with a 61.30 stop. Okay, 157.10 approximately. Okay, or 57, either one. You're a seller, and your stop is 60 is 60.10. 1760, I mean 1761.30, 61.30, my bad. Okay, so again, if you look at it, this should be the first area of support right there. Okay, and if it can break through here, then it's here and here and then down to here. Okay, and certainly if you do that, then you know that as long as it stays below that line, you have nothing to think about. Okay, good. Okay, so here we are again. We're waiting, we're watching, and again, we have to be okay. The game's patience. Okay, that's the true game. Okay, is because the opportunities are going to be there. They've been there. There's been a couple already. Okay, one we chose not to because of the volume, and one where you could be in. I don't get in because I can't trade. It's just too difficult for me. Okay, in the meantime, you got a big whip going on right now, and that's fine. We can live with any of it. None of it bothers us. We just want the activity. What do we care? Okay, I don't have an opinion on which way. I don't care. I just want it to give me a trade. Okay, so gold is going our way. Okay, and it has broken the first support. So now we got to hope that does not create new support, which it could, but you can see anytime it stops, that's an area to keep an eye on. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. Anytime it stops, that is something to keep an eye on. Now it did go down. Look at that. It went right down to our next level, stop, and now it's got to fail from right up in here. Okay. That again, those are the important things to remember. Okay, is it's not failing, it is popping, but again, it's not. We're still slightly profitable. Okay, but not not where we were certainly. Okay, now again, it looks like there may be something happening in the Russell once again. There's not going to be. So as we look at the next bar, look at that. So we have nothing anywhere right now. Okay, nothing anywhere at the moment. Now, again, remember these numbers, these volume spots will change, okay, as the day wears on, because then we'll create a new section or a new set of volume numbers that will be different than what we have now. Okay, because remember, we're up against the dead opening, which is always going to be higher in volume. Okay, so as the day wears on, it will change. Okay, and we will see that the 10K in the NASDAQ may be a top point. Okay, right now it's nothing compared to where it was, but it may become the area. Okay, and I would say more likely under that. Usually the NASDAQ's around 5 grand, per 4 minutes. The S&P is about 10. Okay, 10 to 15. So we'll see these numbers change. Unbelievable divergence between all of them. How about the divergence between the S&P and the Dow itself? Okay, those are two directly related indexes. That's I actually had that spread on. I'm short the S&P. I'm long the Dow. So I'm making 1,000 on the Dow. I'm making 500 on the S&P for every one contract. Okay, certainly it'd be a spot to look to reverse that here at some point. Okay, but again, that's what you're watching and you're waiting for. I mean, you got diverging markets all over the place right now. Okay, which just tells us that there's something underneath the surface. Okay, hold on one second. Damn it. Hold on one second, guys. I'm coming. Okay, so we've got something to keep an eye on here, and the gold trade is back to about break even. Okay, and you've got nothing really of excitement except now look at this, the euro currency. Okay, so now you've got a minute and a half. This is going to be a blow off. The question will be the volume will be better and more tradable. Of course, obviously, it would have been a nice winner had we taken the first one. But again, that's not the issue. We don't trade coulda, woulda, shoulda. Okay, we make a decision based on what we see now, and then we move. Okay, that's all you can ever do in this business. You will hang yourself with the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Okay. So I shouldn't have taken Sergio Garcia as my key guy this week, even though he was 3-1. Okay, so you've got better volume. You've got the volume now. Okay, for sure. And the euro currency. Now we don't have the price yet, but again, we've got some time here. Okay. So and gold is holding. See, this is not what we'd like to see, right? I mean, this is holding some support, which could be just enough to push it. Okay. And the euro currency is going to be close, but we'd like to see it pop a little bit more here. That's again just something that we'd like to see the price list extend a little bit more. But it's close, and it's coming off of a blow off that was to the downside. That actually, if we were trading, it gave us an opportunity to get in. And so we wait, we watch, and so you've got the euro currency now. Okay, so gold is now sideways while we're waiting. Here, let me just clean this up and remark it for you. Drawings. Okay, so now you've got something else that has changed, right? You're now consolidating. Okay. In that range. So that's changed. Okay. So now here we're looking for, and so our stop would be 31.5, 31.5 would be this new stop. Okay. And you would actually, if you had bought the first one, you'd be reversing. Okay. You'd be reversing out, taking the profit and getting short. Okay. So you'd be making the change from here. Okay. Because this is most likely going to be a trade. Okay, and the volume was twice the last. So again, this is a trade. Okay. 17.19 in, 31.5 stop. Okay. 17.19 in, 31.5 stop. And gold is now at the bottom end of your range. Okay. Still really not enough room to really move your stop yet, because you've only got $100. And in gold, $100 goes in a matter of moments. Okay. So let's just go back and see if anything's happening elsewhere. Okay. And really not. But of course, our euro is actually working right now, as is our gold trade. Okay. And now, oh, crude suddenly falling apart. Okay, which it looks like it's going to be a potential opportunity. Okay. This will most likely be a blow off. I can kind of see that coming already. Okay, that's usually, remember, if you think about the snowball rolling downhill and gathering the snow and getting bigger and bigger, right? When you make a snowman, that's kind of how it works. When you get an early buy or sell off of the beginning, okay, usually that would be the sign that there's going to be much more, because people will follow, okay, in. And so that's something to keep in mind, as you're watching these. Okay. So we're just kind of chipping and churning right now. And we'll see what happens with the whatchamacallit, the crude. Okay, that's something to just obviously just keep an eye on. There's nothing we can do there right now. In the meantime, it is already popping back up, so not really an opportunity here. Okay, because it's obviously what we call the blowback. And gold again is holding at about $100 profits, which is not enough. It's not enough to really move your stop. I mean, if you did, it'd be at your own risk. And I mean, not your own risk, but again, it could go back to 57 and go right down to 20, and you'd be sitting there saying, why did I get out so early? Versus anything else. So now we're getting back down to the crude, but it's not going to quite reach, the pinnacle where I'd like to see it. So we'll sit and wait and watch for a little bit longer. Okay. Gold again is just in this, stop. It kind of suddenly stopped. Okay. So now we just, again, we sit, we watch, and we wait, and we let the markets tell us, what to do. And this was very close. Okay. Very close. And I could certainly justify taking the trade if I wanted to take it. Okay. But I think, again, sometimes patience is much better, or discretion is the better part of valor, as they say. Okay. So, and I think it's, you had a little bit of blowback in here. I mean, you had, approximately, 10, 12 ticks of blowback, which adds to your overall risk. Okay. So basically we're getting more, you can feel it, you can see it, that there's more activity in the market. You can see that there is more two-sided activity in the market, which is going to be better for us over time, not necessarily today or tomorrow, but over time, it's going to be better for us. Okay. And that is something that we're always watching. Okay. Again, nobody said it was going to be easy in stealing. Okay. But we are, very good at what we do. And our risk is always very small compared to what we can make. And, we watch it as tightly and as closely. So because we always know the exit point of every trade. Okay. So if you put that stuff together, you're going to get some of these monster moves in your favor. And the beautiful thing is you can never get a monster move against you. So obviously it looks like the gold trade would, I mean, the crude trade would have worked, but okay, so what? I missed it. You know, it's not that I missed it. It was too close. And again, I'm always a little bit more conservative here because there's so many of you that are trading with me that I don't want to, put you at undue risk and, higher risk percentages. Okay. So we'll sit and we'll wait, and it's fine. I mean, again, there's going to be plenty of trades. Okay, we've already almost doubled the amount of trades we make in a day. Okay, which it hasn't been a lot, but we have traded more recently, and we'll continue to trade more. Okay, which is again something that we obviously we want, because the more trades we can make, the better the opportunity that we have. So, which is why we use 4 minutes. I mean, it all fits together when you think about it. So now, we're sitting, we're waiting, and we're getting a potential, another potential coming in the euro currency, unfortunately. Now the volume's nowhere near, so it's probably a no. Okay, gold continues to hover. Now the actual pattern is pretty good for us. Okay, but it's got to break below, like let's say 55.60. I mean, that's the key that we're watching right now. It's got to break below that 55.60 level. Okay, because you can kind of just watch it and see it continues to hold right there. Okay, it continues to hold. There you go. There's our consolidation. The only good news we can take from here is, or potential good news is what? Okay, that you've got tighter consolidation developing. Okay, and the potential for it to break to the downside. Okay, the actual look of it is started to head lower, so everything looks like it could break. Okay, which is of course what we would love to see. Okay, and again, the oil trade, who knows? I don't know if we would have gotten out. I don't know if we would have moved our stop. Again, this is why you're very patient, waiting, because the opportunities come. They come when you're ready for them. Okay, they come as long as you don't get yourself all jerked up trying to get there. But you can make a lot of money during a year just trading the blow off bid. Okay, without anything else. From a day trading perspective, you can do this a couple hours a day, an hour a day, and make a lot of money if you're patient enough to wait for the opportunities. Okay, so now you do have the movement. All right, so now you can go ahead and move your stop to break even in gold. Okay, you almost got to where we need to get to. So make your break even, your stop and gold break even. Okay. And that's again what you were waiting for. Okay, you got it. We finally got it. Okay, so now this becomes resistance on the way back up. We've got 2 pockets of resistance, so the stop is logical to move. Okay, and that becomes the beautiful thing of the trade. Okay, now let's go back to crude. Are we getting another one to the bottom here? This will be excuse me, this will be a blow off. Okay, this will be a blow off to the downside. Okay, I guarantee I guarantee the volume will be there. I can't guarantee the price will be. I will guarantee the volume will be there. Okay, that I can do. In the meantime, although the Russell is running, it's running on air. The Dow is flattened out a bit, but still much higher on air, and everything else is on air. Okay, there is nothing happening, so there's nothing to do. And that's one thing you got to remember is when there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. Okay, don't make something to do if there's nothing. Okay, you can only get yourself into trouble by doing so. Okay. Okay, so now you can move your stop in gold. I don't want to move it yet. Okay, I would move it. You know, I wanted to go if it gets down to 53. Okay, I would look to move it to 55. Okay, and lock in a little profit. Okay, so you know, again, you can see, as I said, I would guarantee a blow off in crude. You got that. So now the question is, does it stay here? Do we get a chance to get in? But we know we're getting in. Okay, as long as there's not a dramatic amount of blowback. Okay? So right now, we wanted to kill him from here. Right now, we want him to take him down and drill him. Okay, because we're getting in. So we might as well get in at a lower price. We might as well get all the sellers out now. Let them panic and blow their brains out. That's what we would like to see now. All right. So I got to switch over. I got to switch. Okay. So the stop here would be 11, 75, 11. Damn. Okay. 75, 11 would be the stop. Okay. And now, you know, now we look at the point of where we are, and certainly at this level, we'd have no problem with it. Okay. You know, I don't want to go too much higher because obviously, again, that right now there's a 180 risk on it. Okay. 170. Okay. Okay. So again, I'd like it to stay right here if we're going to get in here. Okay. Because again, it's just about risk now. Okay. Okay, so we're going to enter here in at 29. Okay, I'm in at 29 with an 11 stop. Okay, an 11 stop. 29 with 11 stop. Okay, so it's 18. So right now we'd like to see it get to 47. Okay, and there it goes. Hopefully it'll continue. Okay. All right. So we're hovering, we're hovering, we're hanging. That's fine. Okay, at least we're hanging at profit. Okay, and not waiting to get stopped out. Okay, so we're profitable in all trades at the moment. Okay, or close to. Move your stop in the crude to break even. Okay, move your stop in crude to break even. Okay, and move your stop in the in gold to 56. Okay, locking in 100 there. Okay, and we can't do anything with the euro currency, especially just break even at the moment. Okay, but we've got 100 in gold minimum. Okay, obviously, if you're trading a micro, you don't, but you got a dollar profit in gold minimum. You've got a break even at worst in the crude. Okay, and you've got, we don't know yet in the euro currency. Okay, so now as we go back, and this will not be a blow off the reversal to get us out and reverse it for us. Okay, the Canadian, you can see price moving, but no volume. Okay, hey, look, that's what it is. It's okay. Fun when it's going our way. Oh, that's true. I'd agree with that. I could agree with that. It's always fun when it's going your direction. Yeah. I wish the Ryder Cup would have gone in my direction. All I needed was Sergio to beat DeChambeau, and it would have been a huge payday for me. But naturally, I didn't get it. Okay. So in the meantime, okay, we've got a profit locked in gold. We've got a break even locked in and nothing in the euro currency. And let's see what happens. There's nothing here. So I will leave you with where we stand. I would suggest go ahead and lock in 100 in crude. Okay, so that'll give you a 200 profit and $100, a little bit more of $100 risk on the euro. I will post in the chat room if I adjust, and I will send the recording out when these trades complete. In the meantime, not bad. Nice day. Okay, can't get hurt. We can only make money, which is never a bad thing. Okay, so have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same